Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on So Many Books, So Little Time by Diamond Art Club. It's a 56 by 109 or 22 by 43 inches, 53 colors. It is square and we've passed the halfway mark, which feels really good. Let's start with this symbol. I think we're going to go this way out. So we're going to start with this symbol right here. I decided to use this purplish diamond painting pen today. So this is container 40 and it is DMC 907. There's not too many, so we are going to blow through that pretty quickly. I can tell you I'm not going to do the ones because those are the AB ones and I always keep them for last. Always keep them for last. They're not my favorite to put on, but also I find they're a little bit easier to put on if they're the last ones that you put on because, you know, you got a specific hole, if you will, for them and they just go on there really good. Now, this will go up tomorrow. And I have to say, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do a second video this week. I just have so much to do. And I am exhausted. I had the baby 2 days this week, which, you know, that's not a lot. It's only like 20 hours, right? But one, she's getting sick. Yesterday wasn't so bad as far as, you know, her being cranky. The day before, a little bit more than usual because she's not a cranky baby at all. The day before, she was way crankier. But yesterday, I was thankful that she wasn't crankier because yesterday, the night before, I got 4 hours sleep. So that's why I'm exhausted, is because I just didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. It was 2 o'clock in the morning when I fell asleep and I got up at 6. I'm drinking my coffee because I'm going to need it today. So now we're going to do, I think this thing right there, the lesser than, and that's container 39, and it is DMC 905. Okay. Okay. Then we will do this. So yesterday was rough just because I didn't have much sleep. So we did a lot of snuggling. And she's not a sleeper. So it's not as if I can say, okay, well, during her, 1.5 hour nap, I'm going to sleep too. No, the kid has a timer. Literally at 30 minutes, she doesn't even move around. So it's not as if you go, oh, she's going to wake up. You can tell because she's moving. No, she goes from, like yesterday, there's also a bed where she's sleeping. So I laid down on the bed just because I thought, I'm not even going to try to sleep because I know she doesn't sleep very long. But at least I was horizontal, right? And I was kind of like, I tried to read. I read maybe for 10 minutes, but I just could not focus long enough to read. So then I just laid there. And she goes from dead asleep to sitting up. What? And I watched her do it. I was like, oh my goodness, she's funny. She is so funny. And then, of course, she's not ready to wake up. So then she just cries, right? Well, yesterday she did anyway. I don't know if she had, I don't know. What time do they start? At what age do they start dreaming? I don't know. So anyway, I picked her up and snuggled her, and I think she slept another maybe 15 minutes with me snuggling her. And then when she woke up that time, then she was like all smiles, and she's a pretty happy baby. But she is coughing a bit, and I found that her cough was worse. In the morning, she barely coughed. And in the afternoon, then she started coughing and coughed. I don't know, like maybe 6 times all afternoon, like the rest, well, from 4 to 5:35, maybe 6 times. So not too bad, but I don't know if she's at the beginning of getting sick or if she was, you know, getting over it kind of thing. So, because her mom has been sick all week. Well, last weekend, now that I watch her, I do some work on the weekends because that's the only way I'm going to be able to keep up, right? When, like next week, I only have 2 days to work. That doesn't give me much time to get stuff done. So I started doing stuff like filming videos on the weekend, which one of my bigger ones that takes the most time is the cleaning up of my craft room. So I was just finished filming that. Thankfully, I had finished, and then I started filming another one, and she texted and said, "Are you busy? I'm really not feeling well. I was wondering if you could watch her." That was on Sunday. So I said, "Yeah, sure, bring her." And I filmed until they got here, but I got maybe, 15 minutes extra done or whatever. And then I had her for the afternoon. So it kind of took away my day to film. And so then, I had Monday and Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday, sorry. But for some reason, like I got a lot done, but I didn't get a lot done, which is weird saying, but that's how I felt. I felt like I was filming, but I wasn't getting a lot done. And because I had a lot of editing and voiceovers to do, so I had to stop, you know what I mean? And then I'd be like, okay, now I have to edit because these videos need to go up. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do 2 of these today. And I kept thinking, like an hour and a half, it's so long, and I could be doing another one. And I'm like, you know what? Just, even if you just do an hour, or really at this point, even if you just do 45 minutes, at least it's something. I know I feel like, for me to feel like I'm getting anything done, it feels like I have to do an hour and a half. That's because it seems to be like at that 1 hour that I'm like, ooh, okay, now I'm seeing progress. You know what I mean? But some is better than none. And I was thinking maybe next week I probably won't be able to do 2 because next week I have her 3 days. So I probably won't get too much done next week, except, videos that I absolutely have to, because I'm only going to have 2 days. So I think what I'm going to do is do one of these. My stamping videos, I'm ahead on those. I think I have 4 weeks filmed, or my coloring videos, I should say. I have 4 of those done. And I think the reason I have so many of those done ahead is I don't do those real time. So sometimes when I feel like, oh, I can't talk anymore, like I don't know what to say anymore, like I'm exhausted or whatever, I can just turn on the camera, put on an audiobook, and I can color. I do one little girl, which takes me like an hour, and I'm done. Which reminds me, I want to get some different papers. I've been watching some, videos and stuff of people, not necessarily Copic coloring. I haven't been watching that, but I've been watching people saying, the best papers for Copic markers, which none of them have mentioned the Neenah cardstock, which I find kind of odd, because a lot of times when I Google it, that's the one that people talk about. Now, I have some Neenah cardstock, but I bought the 65 pounds and I don't like it. At one point, you can't blend because the paper has sucked as much of the color that it can, and then it just the color sits on top and the blending is non-existent. You know what I mean? Which maybe the ones I'm watching too are artists and they do like huge illustrations. So I could see why they would want like the Strathmore mixed media paper. You know what I mean? Because they're doing massive illustration and they're doing like some pretty heavy blending. But for what I'm doing, I don't want to do a whole lot of blending. And another thing that I kind of learned in my research is that those watercolor papers, they soak up a lot of the ink. And I don't want to have to start buying the refills for these. I don't even know where I could get the refills. I'm hoping I can get them on Amazon. But they're not cheap. They're as expensive as the markers. And yes, then you can refill the markers. And I know that you can change the nib too, like if your marker gets to the point that the nib is trashed, then you can change the nib. So I'll probably do that, right? Because I'm not going to go and just buy, I have 226 markers. I'm not going to go and buy 226 refills. If my R000 runs out, I'll buy the refill for that and that only, And then that's how I'll get my refills. I think right now the only refill I have is for my blending marker. And I'm so grateful that I bought that when I did, because it's when it was like big tubes for the same price as you're paying now. Now, I don't know how true this is. Apparently, it changed ownership, Copic did, and ever since it's the new owner, the quality of Copics are not the same and stuff like that. Like, smaller refills, same price, that kind of stuff. So, but I have 226 markers, so I'm going to use them. And I'm going to make sure I've had them for 10 years and they're not dry. I was talking to one of my friends and she was saying that hers are sort of like the newer version of Copics. And she went to color with them and 8 of them were dry and she had barely used them. And she's like, nope. So she sold them all. And then she bought the Ohuhu markers. And then I went, Ohuhu markers? That sounds familiar. So I went and I checked my Amazon order. And lo and behold, I had bought a set of 120 in 2021. And I'm like, where are those? So then I started, there was only so many places, right? And I have like a calyx, the smaller one. I think it's 3 by 4 in my bedroom, just for like you know, to store stuff. And yes, it was in there. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I took them out. And then, of course, I was like, ooh, let me check what else they have. And then I bought the pastels and I got the midtones. Yeah, I bought the midtones. Now, the next one I would need to buy is a set of 104, and that's a little bit more money. It's like 100, it'll probably be like $120 with tax and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, that one can wait. At least I got a bigger variety. What I found was with the 120, I don't have any earth tones and skin tones, like for hair and stuff. Like there was no ease, or if there is, very little. So with the pastels and the midtones, I do have some, but not a lot. Now you can buy the midtones separately, but now I'm going, okay, but do I want to buy that? And then, you know, then when I buy the 104, I get a lot of repeats. So I got to check and see, you know, which ones are in both, or how many of those I already have, because those are a little bit more affordable. The earth tones or skin tones, I guess they call them, is $39. So way more affordable to get, you know, quicker. And then I'll have more skin tones, because right now with my Ohuhu markers, I basically have one combination that I can use for skin. That's it. It's R18, 19, and 20. And same thing for hair. I think I only have, unless, you know, I can do blonde and stuff like that. Ooh, another thing I've been doing is going on Pinterest and searching like color combination for skin and for hair. And then that way I can expand, you know, what I've been doing. So I'm having fun with that. I'm having fun with the little stamp sets that I have from CC Designs. And of course, I think it was the last time I filmed this, I was like, ooh, I want more. And I was like, nope, you're not getting more. Guess what? I got more. They shipped on Monday. And I think I got, I don't know, 8 new ones maybe? They're so cute though. I got a Wizard of Oz one, which that used to be like Lexi's mom. That used to be her favorite movie of all time. So I think I want to find a picture of her when she was maybe, you know, like 3. I hope I took a picture of her in front of the TV. I can still see her in her diaper because it was summer and we didn't have air conditioning in our old house. So when it was super hot, I kept her in her diaper because, man, she was going to overheat. And she would always wear her rubber boots. And she'd be not facing the TV. And the part of Wizard of Oz where they find the Tin Man and they go tonk, 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 tonk. She would play act that part, not facing the TV. And she could quote it like sentence by sentence. And I think the reason that came up for me is because now Lexi is like that. Of course, she can't talk as much as her mom could because she's only 14 months. But the words are starting, and her movie is Frozen. Now, I'm looking for a stamp set of Frozen. Or maybe even some sticker sheets. Or maybe even some digital files. So I can make a page of her. I need to take a picture of her watching it. And she just loves it. And you know, when Elsa goes up the mountain and she sings the song Let It Go. Oh my gosh, she does the movements like this, you know, with her arms. So cute. The kid is 13 months old. Or 14 months old now, I guess. Just about. What day are we today? Not yet. She has another week before she's 14 months. Let's do V. And she says go, like let it go. And then when Anna sings, when she says, it's only you and me, what are we gonna do? And she does the do. Lexi says, do. That kid loves music, which makes sense because her dad is a musician. He's a drummer and he plays the guitar and all that, but he's in a band. That's not his full-time job. Like, he has a full-time job, but they do, you know, play, and they even have a couple of singles on iTunes. And actually, like, they're a pop rock band, and their first song, I bought their second song. It just dropped there like a week or so ago. And but I haven't really listened to it because Lexi, their first song, that's her lullaby to go to sleep. Hello, it's pop rock. It's not a lullaby. But it puts her to sleep. Like, she just loves it, and she bops to the song and then goes right to sleep. Too cute. Too cute. I'm going to do a page about that too. There's a lot of pages I need to do. I need to make a list. And that reminds me, I made a list of the pages I needed to do for my trip. I need to take that out and then find the pictures for those pages and then make those pages. I'm just kind of randomly doing pages, which is fine, but I really like the ideas that I came up with. So I need to work on that. So I haven't done much reading just because, just busy, right? I did finish, let me see, what's it called? Something Secret. It's by Bethany Atazada. I can't remember the name of it. And that's another thing. When I'm this exhausted, it's like I can't even think. I'm just so tired. I did sleep well last night, but it's going to take me a couple of days to kind of make it back to the living kind of thing because, oof, it just brings me back to those night shifts, right? And not sleeping is like, man, I think because I did so many years of night shifts, it takes my body, and I'm not any younger too, so it takes my body a couple days of good sleep for me to really get back to normal, if you will. But anyway, it finishes with Secrets, and it had 3 books in the series. And even the way it ended, I'm like, I kind of Googled, you know, is there going to be another book in this? Because to me, it kind of finished, I don't know. Could there be? Bethany, is there going to be more books in that series? But it was really good. I really enjoy it. I really like her as a person. Like, she has a YouTube channel. I follow her YouTube channel. I'm not a writer. She does a lot of stuff that's about writing, but I watch all her videos anyway, which I think is kind of funny, but I just love her as a writer. So now we're going to do 26, which is A, which is 783. Oh, wow. It's only been maybe 25 minutes. I had to stop because I had to cough. And I'm like, uh-oh, am I going to get sick? I started taking cold effects because I know some people say that it's all like it's bogus and it's a money grab. But I can tell you, whenever I feel like I am going to get sick, I take that. And I usually can fight it off. And I remember one time my friend at work, when I worked, she was, oh man, she was starting. I said, here. And I gave her a bunch, you know, because one is not going to work. So she said, oh, those are expensive. I said, just take it. And anyway, she took it. I said, you know, I think you can take up anyway, to 6 a day or something like that, or 8 a day, whatever it is. So I said, you know, she took some all that night because we were working a night shift, which that doesn't help when you feel like you're getting sick, right? Working a night shift, that's usually when you have to sleep. So now we're going to do 47, which is 3371. Anyway, so she took it and then she texted me a few days later and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm all better. I can't believe it. Like, I went and I bought myself some because next time I feel sick, I am totally taking that right away because I started feeling better, you know, within the second day, which normally she's like, I would have been sick for, you know, a week. So, and it's like anything else, right? Maybe it works for some people and it doesn't forever because it's like a boost of vitamins, right? And it's like, I also make garlic infused with raw honey. Now, that doesn't work for some people. It works for me, which, by the way, yes, that's what I'm going to do, just so I don't get sick. Because I'm sure my daughter has laryngitis. So I'm like, oh, great. I hope the baby doesn't get it. She's still breastfeeding, so I'm hoping that the antibodies from her breast milk, you know, is going to help. So this is color 53, the last color of the whole painting, which is 3837. So, and she put a lot of her breast milk in the freezer. Like, actually, we bought them a freezer, like a stand-up freezer, not a stand-up, like a chest freezer when they got married. And she said basically the whole thing was breast milk. So she has a lot. So when she brings her here, she brings breast milk and I just put it in a bottle and feed it to her, which I have to say, oof, that first 2 weeks was rough. So now we're going to do that. The square, which is 22, which is 644. I probably should have gone upstairs and did my videos up there first because it's going to be so hot, but I just didn't feel like it. And I figured, well, a video is better than none, you know, so at least I'm doing this. Otherwise, I was just like, I just feel like sitting there and doing nothing. And what I'll do is I'll go and I'll film, you know, for 10 minutes or so until I feel like, oh, I can't take it. And then I'll turn on my fan because, of course, I can't turn on the fan if I'm recording because it's just, you can hear the fan. Okay, what am I going to do? Oh, I forgot a couple. Look at that. That's 39, which is DMC 905. I didn't see those. So I was supposed to do a live today, but I think I'm just going to, and yesterday I couldn't do anything. Like taking care of the baby is all that I could do. Do you know what I mean? Like changing her diaper, feeding her, snuggling her. And plus we have air conditioning, but I didn't want to leave the air conditioning on too long because I didn't want her to get shivers. So I would cool it down, but then I would turn it off and it would take a while before it got kind of hot in here. And then I would turn it on again just to cool it off, you know, but we couldn't go on our walks. And you could tell, like she kept looking outside. A couple of times I just kind of went for a little walk on the patio and she was like all excited thinking that we were going for a walk, right? It's like, no, sweetie, we can't. It's too hot. One, you'd be too hot in the stroller. And two, man, he's going to pass out. 46, which is DMC 3033. But I'm like, I don't think I can do alive today. I'm just so exhausted. So I'll just do it next week. And I think it's going to take me all my energy just to get the videos done that I need to do. And this morning I got up and I'm like, oh, that's right, I didn't do the dishes yesterday. Well, I did. I put the dishes away and I put most of them in the dishwasher, but I didn't put my bowl and my plate in the dishwasher from supper last night. Because the day before, where my daughter wasn't feeling good, I made, even though we were having like 45, that's how the heat wave was with the humidity. It was 45 degrees Celsius. I still made a soup. I made a minestrone soup because her throat was so bad. So this is 38, which is DMC 904, because I knew it was going to make her feel better. And even for me, I was like, you know what? I'm not sick, but I just feel like, because I was tired. I was tired before I didn't sleep. Like on Monday and Tuesday. Oh, that was the other thing. Monday and Tuesday, I had a nap both days. It's been a minute since I have naps in the afternoon. So in the morning, I would film and then I would have a nap. And then I would edit till 9, 10 o'clock at night, because usually I edit in the afternoon and I slept in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously my body needed it. And it's not as if it was, I didn't sleep the nights that I had the naps, because that would have made sense, right? No, I slept perfect those nights. It was, you know, another night. It was the first night that I had the baby. That night I didn't sleep, which was like, that doesn't make sense. Okay, now we're gonna do those ABs, which is container number 1. Again, I didn't put away any of my containers. Oh well, I'll put them away later. Number 1. So yeah, I did quite a bit of sleeping. So I figure this afternoon, by the time I'd be going live, it's probably going to be time for a nap again, which, whatever. Your body needs it. Your body needs it. And, you know, I'm releasing a video today, so at least there's going to be something on YouTube. Oh, this is not even picking it up. I'm going to have a video on YouTube releasing today. I think I had a video, in here I have a glue dot, not picking up at all, like at all. So let's try these. These I bought on Etsy. I don't think I like them for this, because I feel like I have to smash the thing, but at least it picks it up. So, okay, see, this is what I mean. Like if it's like tight, then I can't let it go. But at least I'm gonna need 2 pens. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it with that. Oh my goodness, this is why I don't like the ABs. And I always laugh when, not laugh, but I'm just like, really? When people say, oh, I just love ABs. And I'm like, really? Like they're pretty, I guess, because they have a different shine. I guess they have a different ones now. What are they called? They're not called ABs. Maybe they're the same thing, but they just changed their names. I haven't bought anything from Diamond Art Club in so long. It'd be funny to go check. I'm thinking the last time was probably 2021. 3 years ago. 3 years ago is when I bought some diamond paintings. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Oh my goodness. I just decided, nope, you know, same thing with the books. I'm doing the same thing with the books. Nope, you're not allowed to buy anything until you make, you know, some progress on the books that you have on your shelf, which, you know, now that I kind of renewed my library card, I'm like reading a lot of books from the library, and I'm like, that's still not reading the books from your shelf. So I'm gonna have to make it a priority for the rest of the year, I guess. Because I think last time I checked, I'd only read like 6 or 7 from my own books out of the 40 something that I had read, you know. Not enough. Oh my goodness. I want to move on to another color, but that's the only thing left. I almost want to just do the whole diamond painting and then just do these last, but you know what's going to happen. Then I'm going to be like, oh, I hate it. And I mean, never finish it. If I have a whole bunch to do, like this is probably the most. Usually it's only a couple, and I'm really happy about that when it's only a few. Oh my goodness. Tell me how you feel about the ABs. Do you like them? Or are you like me that you don't like them? I really, truly don't like them. And the prettiness of them is not enough to make me like them. So when I see that I have like, I wouldn't want 5 or 6, and I would be like, it might even make me not buy the diamond painting. Although, usually there's not this much, you know, usually they're only kind of sprinkled in, but come on. So yeah, I'm reading one book from my shelf right now. I'm reading the second book in the Last Hours series by Cassandra Clare. It's following the kids of the Infernal Devices. Of course, I remembered the series as soon as I finished the video last time. The Last Secret. The Last Secret. That's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Anyway. Oh, I'm not doing down there. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, yay. Hope I don't have to take you out for a while longer. Okay, oh, I guess I missed those, which is 13, which is DMC 400. There's only a few of those, and oh my goodness, we finished this. Now that I use this pen for those ABs, my pen doesn't seem to want to pick up anymore. I'll have to remember to just grab another one next time and not use the pen that I'm using. I did just kind of run my finger along this to try to get rid of some of the gunk from the ABs maybe. I don't know. Ooh, I've done quite a bit down here, but that's okay. Because that's not the one we are going to do next. We're going to do, oh, there's 2 more there. That's 49. That's 13. Let's put that back. 49, which is DMC 3782. Oh. Okay. Let's reveal. Yes. So there is a few. Yeah, there's some over there too. So perfection. I want to get some of these done. So, yes. Like it was so hot, which, I mean, my kids have been in school, you know what I mean? Like I have a 37-year-old, so, and then I went to school too, you know what I mean? And we've never had school closure because it was too hot. Well, 2 days this week, there was school closure because it was too hot. Because usually our hot temperatures happen after school is closed. That's why we can go till the end of June. Because it's never this warm, this early. Do you know what I mean? Like we might get a couple of days, like in the high 20s or whatever, maybe hit 29, you know, but I'm sure the air conditioning in schools can keep up with it, but 45, they just can't keep up. So, yeah, I don't even know if they have air conditioning in school. I know some schools don't, and so that's why they closed all the schools, you know. But a little further up north here, but in the same school district, there was 3 schools that weren't closed. I'm sure they were impressed because the last day of school is today. So, I'm sure they were impressed because the other kids are like, yes, you know, last day of school is Friday and we only had half days. So summer's early. So they canceled school and they also canceled soccer. And I was kind of glad because you have kids running, you know. Sorry if you can hear my fridge. You have kids running in that heat. It's probably not very good. I texted my daughter and I said, because I wasn't going to go because I had Lexi and Dave was in Vegas. And the funny thing is, it was hotter here than it was in Vegas. And usually it's the other way around, right? Usually Vegas, it's really, really hot. And it's like, oh no, they only had in the 30s. We were in the 40s. So it was kind of funny. But oh my goodness, I can tell you, oh, it was so good for my garden. I planted peas and beans last week. And one day the plant just kind of had poked out, you know, like just the germination had started. And then yesterday they grew 4 inches in one day. I'm like, what? So that reminds me, I water them a few times a day when it's not going to be as hot today. It's still going to be warm, like it's like 27 degrees, but it's not 45. So I'm going to go out and give them a drink now. And then I'll give them a drink just before sundown, so then they have water that they can keep. Do you know what I mean? So this water is more like so they don't croak during the day. So because of the heat. And then at nighttime, just before night, then it kind of rejuvenates them for the night. And but I couldn't believe how much it grew. And even like my zucchinis really like getting bigger, and my tomatoes are getting bigger, and peppers and tomatoes love heat, right? They love heat. Love, love heat. I was like, am I doing the right one? Yes, I am. Okay. I was worried here for a sec. Okay. So I don't know if I'm just gonna do the, you know, the 1 hour and then I'll go upstairs and finish some videos. I need to do, I'm starting on July for Patreon. July, we're focusing on flowers, but when I make the page kits, I don't even think about that. I just make the page kits and then I brainstorm. Okay, what am I gonna do with the theme of the month? And then I add it to the page kits. There we go, just to show that page kits are really versatile, you know, even though you don't know what you're gonna do. It's happened a few times that I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna scrap what I had planned and just, you know, go with something totally different. But that doesn't mean that that page kit goes to waste. It just goes and I use it another time, you know? But not too often that that's happened, so that's good. And tomorrow I'm doing a live with my patrons. The gold members, it's gonna be from 9 to 11. And then from 11 till probably 12, an hour, we're gonna add pictures to some layouts that I've done in the past. And I'm feeling really good because when I was cleaning, I found like, I don't know, 10 or so layouts that already had pictures chosen. So it's like, great. So we'll do that. And we'll probably do a few that I have to go through some pictures and, you know, find pictures for those layouts. But hopefully that means I can get quite a bit done this weekend. Oh, I have to clean where the desk is. There's a reason I kept it for last. Even as I was doing, you know, the cleanup, I was putting everything in my sink. So the sink is gonna be like an area that we're gonna clean together, and it is so bad because I was just throwing everything in there. Now I have, I don't know how many templates I have to wash and how many this and that, and the sink itself, ew. And I'm kind of thinking I might want to do that first, even though it's like bad, because I'm like, I want to reclaim that desk, but I have no idea where I'm going to put those layouts. And I can't just put them in albums because a lot of them I need to journal on. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I could say, okay, well, I'm going to journal on a few. This one is really hard to know where that drill is going to go because they're the same color. So it makes it hard. Okay. I could say, okay, well, I'm going to journal on a few, but realistically, like, how many can I do? You know, 20? And it's not going to make that much of a difference. So let's do the square again, which is 22, which is DMC 644. So really, that's not going to make, you know, that much of a difference. So I'm like, I don't think I want to waste time doing that. It's not wasting time, but you know what I mean. It's not going to make that much of a difference. So I'm like, I don't know. I've been kind of all week trying to think, you know, like looking in my room and going, where can I put those layouts until I'm ready to journal on them. Oh, I could. Last week I did, I moved my 8.5 by 11 over, and it left open like 5 openings. The only thing is it's vertical. It's not horizontal. So that means my layouts would be standing straight up, which, oh, if I put chipboard on either side and in the middle, like chipboard sheets, maybe more than that, you know what I mean? Maybe it can hold them straighter, hold them up straighter. And I might be able to put, if there's 5 openings, I may be able to put like maybe a couple hundred layouts, if not more, in those. That would be great. I still need room though. That's gonna maybe take care of one pile. And maybe I can, you know, because right now the end, I guess, or the part of the desk that is up against the wall, I could keep that where I keep layouts there, because then I can be, okay, those can be the layouts where I start the journaling first to kind of clear those up and get them into albums. I'm gonna have to start buying a little bit more albums. I think I have, I think I have 7 or 8 that are kind of ready to go, you know, like new and ready to put layouts in. So that's what, you can only put like 50 in each, 50 layouts. So that's 350 layouts. I need at least 10 more albums. And they're not cheap. But maybe I should say I'm gonna buy 1 a month. 1 a month. So that means by the end of this year, I'll have 6 more, right? I'll have 6 more. The reason I wasn't buying a bunch is because I had no place to put them. But now that I've decided to move that 8.5 by 11, which I gotta figure out the rest, you know, to take that out too. Maybe tomorrow I'll start with there. Kind of take away some of those too. I think at this point I'm gonna have to put it, I don't know, maybe in a box. I hate putting stuff in boxes because then you never use it, right? Maybe before I put it in a box, I take out a little bit of each color out, and then I find a place for that. What was I doing? 22, which was the square. Okay. Just want to make sure there's no more. No more. Nope. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I can do that. And then I hate going back and doing that again, but go through the ones that I've already put away in my calyx and maybe take out some, which is, okay, now we're going to do 46, which is DMC 3033. We're going to do the percent sign. And then kind of take out some papers from there, because I think I'd like to keep like a few that I'm not putting albums, like a few slots, and just put my 8.5 by 11 there, but different colors, not all just white, black. So if I keep like, I don't know, maybe if I say 10 of each color, so that I can actually see the color, do you know what I mean? And then I can put them maybe by the rainbow color on my shelf. That'd be sweet. That's gonna take me a minute, but I can just take out what I need, like a little bit from each color, and then get that done another day or whatever. Oh shoot, I did that the other day. I was putting the ones that had the little nubs on them, and then I went and picked it up and went to put it in my container, and the diamonds just went everywhere, and I was like, no, just like I did right now. So now I need 23, so it's probably not the best idea to do it on there. I need to take out a second of those like I was doing. Okay, so now we're doing 23, which is DMC 677. So yeah, like that's an idea. And then instead of putting albums right now, I can put the layouts in there. And then as I, journal and put them in albums, then the albums will take place of the layouts, which, you know what I mean? Like it's at least, that's where they're going to go. It's just eventually they're going to be in albums, right? They're protected. So I'm not replacing it with something that I have to find a place for it later on. It's kind of like for the same purpose. I just don't want to put them in albums now because they're not complete. And I think once my room is done and I have the desk done, I'm going to carve out some time, which I'm like, oh my gosh, so when am I going to find time? But I'm going to do it. I'm going to carve out time. And even if I just do 10 layouts, in that carved time, if I do 10 layouts a week, that's 40 layouts a month, which is 480 layouts in a year. Like when you look at it that way, then that little measly 10 that I'm like, well, is it even worth it? At the end of the year, it's worth it. So that's the way I got to look at it. Little chunks, little bites, sort of like how I took on my scrap room, right? I took it on little bite size at a time, which I don't even think 10 would take me an hour. I don't think it would take me an hour to do. Okay, so this is, we're going to do that one there, which is 20, which is DMC 640. Yeah, I don't think it would take me an hour. So if I look at it that way, because I think if I say, oh, I'm going to do 25, it just feels daunting. Which 25, I mean, in a year, that would be a lot. But then if I don't do any because 25 feels daunting, then it's not better. It's worse because then I'm not doing anything. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 10. And then if it's a day that I sit there and I'm like, oh, these were easy, I'm going to do 5 more. And I might do 5 more. And then the week after, if it's like long journaling, then it's okay if I say, well, today I'm just going to do 5. I'm going to keep somewhere with wherever. That's why I want to clean that desk, because I'm going to keep a little piece of paper, probably in a book, because then that way I can't lose it, because a little piece of paper, I'm going to lose it. But I'm going to keep tabs on how many I do every time I sit down. And then I think what I'm going to try and do is, as I'm journaling those 10, I'm going to find the corresponding album for those 10. And then I'm putting them away. So that's another thing. When I was doing the 25, by the time I was done the 25, I'm like, I'll just put those away another day because I was just over it. But if I'm just doing 10, then I can put those 10 away, right? Because see, there is albums that are upstairs where I'm doing this stuff. And then there's albums that are downstairs. So then it's like, okay, I gotta bring this downstairs or whatever. Oh, you know what I should do? I'm gonna make a list of the albums, the years that I have downstairs, and I'm going to put it in that book. So, and the list of the years that I have upstairs. So then when I'm dividing those things, I can just look at that list and go, okay, this one I can put it away right now upstairs, kind of make 2 piles, upstairs and downstairs. And then I'm going to put those away. Okay, I need to make a video about that. Because you might not be a scrapbooker watching this, right? Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Hope I don't forget it. Hope I don't forget that idea, because I need to do that. Because that was another thing. It was so daunting, like Okay, now I got to put them away, and 25 is a lot, but 10 is not going to be. 10 is not going to be. So maybe, actually, you know what? Today, I'm going to do the first 10, and I'm going to film it. And as my first organize with me, it's going to be that about, you know, organizing my layouts and getting them ready to put into albums. And I'm going to talk about that. And that one will be labeled, you know, for scrapbookers. So yes, that's a video that I hadn't planned on doing today, but I'm going to do now. And I'm not going to be able to do it at my journaling station, which, you know what, I've been in this house now for 8 years. And I've been in this house for 8 years, and I've maybe used that desk maybe 3 times for what it was intended for. So I'm anxious. I'm excited, not anxious. I'm excited to get it cleaned up so that I can use it. And I think I can film there too. If I bring this tripod upstairs, I can film there. So I'll be able to film, you know, if I want to do, I don't know. I don't think I'll start like Week in the Life or anything like that. But, you know, a more like chatty video of like, what am I doing this week? Okay. I mean, can you get any more chattier than I am right now? I literally have been talking for almost an hour now. So what am I talking about? Chatty video. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I started watching Sweet Magnolia. Oh, love that show. I Googled right away because there's only 3 seasons on Netflix. And I was like, oh, please, please, please let there be another season. They just finished filming the 4th season at the end of May, like May 31st, I think, when they kind of posted like, that's a wrap or whatever. So I'm like, yay, 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 yay. Another show that I can look forward to, like new seasons or whatever. So that's exciting. Now I think the next one, actually, I think I'm gonna kind of put a hold on watching anything until I catch up on more reading. I need to read more. So, oh, what am I reading right now? I finished, I think it's called The Last Secret or something like that by Bethany Atazada. So I finished that. That was good. I started reading, what's it called? Mr. Right Next Door or something like that. It's a free book you can get on Prime, like if you're a Prime member. And I've read a few books from that membership. I'm like, you know what? They've put up that membership price from $79 to like it's over $100 now, or it's $99 or something like that. Basically $100. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I use everything that I can. So I'm reading books from Prime, and maybe next time that I find something to watch, I'll make sure that it's from my Prime TV, you know. So trying to make use of everything, you know. Oh man, we need to get groceries. It was just me this week, so I was like, I made do with what I had, but yikes. I mean, I made a minestrone soup, so, you know. Thankfully, though, it didn't take me long, and I made that the day I had the baby. So, but I cut up peppers, and I put it in the freezer, right? and we buy the big bag of onions and from Costco because it's the cheapest way to get it. So what I do is I cut them. I cut them in circles, you know what I mean, for when we, with my vegetables. I don't even know what to call that, but I just cut up, I think I've talked about it here before, but I just cut up a bunch of vegetables, stick it in the freezer, and then when we're ready, you know, we want to have supper, I have a cast iron, which is huge. I'm glad I bought that big one, but it just cooking it with it on my stovetop. It would be okay if I had like a propane stove, but I have like a glass top. It works, but man, it works way better in my oven, and then I don't have to watch it as much. So I just crank my oven on, and then I just cook the veggies in there, and then we just have to come up with a side meat, which a lot of times it's, you know, it can be steak, it can be chicken wings, it can be Italian sausages, pork chops, you name it, right? And supper's done. But I also cut up onions, like I dice it up and freeze them, and I do that with celery, and I do that with peppers. So when I did my minestrone soup, guess what? I like it with Italian sausage. I don't like it, you know, just with no meat. So I just cook my Italian sausage, take everything out. I roast my veggies, and then I put everything together. And then I put a little bit of pasta, the little round ones. They're really little, but they actually kind of blow up to pretty big. So I don't put a lot of that, because if you put too much, then it soaks up all your water, and then it's more like a goulash than a soup. So I've learned to less is better with that. And then I spice it up. And especially when you're not feeling good, the spiciness of it all, you know, I put Italian seasoning. I made my own seasoning last year when I planted a whole bunch of hot peppers. I dehydrated them. And then I put them, you know, in jars, or blended them. And then now I have them in jars, and I put some of those, and some of them, it was like habanero peppers, jalapeno peppers, like all spicy peppers. So I put some of that in there. And if you fry it, like at the part where you're doing your vegetables or your sausage, and you put your spices in there, it'll bloom your spices and kind of refreshen them, if you will. So, and then I put like hot peppers too that you get at the store, you know, like red peppers. So I do that too. Oh shoot, what was I doing? How can I forget that fast? Okay, yeah, I thought that's what it was. So that was 20. Make sure, yes. Okay. It's because I'm already looking at the next one I can do, and I'm already thinking of the next symbol. I don't know if I should stop here or do one more. I don't know. I think I'm going to do that one right there, and then that'll be the last one. And then we'll pick up next time. And it'll almost be the 1.5, but not quite. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, veggies. So when I made the soup, really the only thing that took time was cooking the Italian sausage, and then I just threw the veggies in there, and then I threw all, the big tomatoes. I like tomato sauce, but I didn't have tomato sauce, so all I did was open up a can of tomato paste, I dumped it in a glass, and then I added enough water till I had the consistency of tomato sauce, and then I dumped that into my soup. And then I put like kidney beans. Yum, it's so good. It's so good. So, and you know, when it's only you, like, because Dave wasn't here all week, I didn't feel like cooking every night. So one day I did rice and hamburger and brown sauce, and that did my meals for a couple days. And then I had spaghetti sauce in the freezer. So then I took that, and that was enough meals for one day. I had spaghetti for lunch and supper, whatever. I love spaghetti. I don't mind eating the same thing twice. If it means I don't have to cook, I don't care so much. And so I had that one day, and then I had the minestrone soup for 2 days, which that's what I'm gonna have for supper again tonight. Maybe. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I'll go to McDonald's. I looked, and we have the McDonald's app, so we have, you know, they gave us deals, and it's a Big Mac for $9.50, and like the fries and a pop. So I'm like, I don't think I can get much better than that. So maybe I'll go at McDonald's for supper, because Dave doesn't get home till midnight tonight. So it's just me again. And I don't have the baby today. Well, I think you can gather that since I'm filming. You know, if she slept a little longer, I could film some of these while she's sleeping, right? But I guess I could do half hour and half hour and half hour, like 2 different days, and get a video done. Maybe I can do that. What I ended up doing was we got a new collection coming out. It's called Flutterbirds for our digital files. So I've been cutting up with my silhouette a whole bunch of those. So then I had to make the backing cards for that, and I have to cut them out, and then once I have it cut out, then I have to put it in a little baggie and, you know, close it up. So I was doing that while she was sleeping, not the actual cutting of the stuff, but doing the backing cards or the printing of the actual file. And then I would go upstairs and get it, and because I like to stay on the floor that she's on, and I just print, you know, the backing card on regular cardstock, and then I go and I take my cutter and I just cut it up so it fits inside the little baggie thingy-majig. So I'm doing some for the die cuts, and I'm doing some for the flares that we're gonna be doing too. And there you go. Oops. Okay. There we go. Almost done. And I think I am going to stop it here, just because I really should go and get the video done upstairs. I'm going to take my time today. Might take a little break in between each, you know. I still have to feed my sourdough too. Haha. That doesn't take me long, but I mean, not the best thing to do an experiment on, but I went even one day and I didn't feed it because I was just like, And I didn't put it in the fridge. I just left it there. And then I fed it like the next morning and it was fine. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that all the time. And I know a lot of people keep theirs in the fridge all the time and they just feed it, you know, when they want to make bread. But mine is still fairly new. It's still like a baby, still a newborn. So I want to make sure that I give it the best chance possible, you know, and get it really active. I mean, it is fairly active for a newbie, for a newborn, but I want to give it the best chance. So I feed it every day. If next time we do an hour and a half, I think, hopefully, you know what, next time, what I'm going to say is because next week, I am only doing one. I'm only going to do, I think, Wednesday, because all I have off is Wednesday and Friday. So I am going to do until I finish this section. So if it takes me a little longer than an hour and a half, that's okay. If it takes me under an hour and a half, well, then I'll definitely move on to the next one. But I just want to make sure that I finish this, and then it'll still be getting 2 done in one shot. Okay, well, that's it. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.